when it is Upset and Mickey, and we know their 2v2 laning was something they were very confident in it last split.
And Nautilus will be the answer here from Jun. Good roaming support, has a lot of engaged potential, especially alongside the Sejuani. You know, auto attack into Sejuani.
Humanoid, again, with good pressure in the mid lane matchup. CS advantages coming across the board as the ultimate comes down from Oscar. Yeah,
the equalizer down. Lott's going to try and dash his way away from this with the skip and slash, but Oscar flashes. Flame Spitter's enough. Dragon here, but it's going to be exchanged for Razork on those grubs. A typical exchange that we've seen across the last few months. Grubs for Drake. Bot lane, though, for Mickey, and Upset has been going softly so far. Really comes online when you get towards that 6, obviously. Combination of the Feather Storm and the quickness so powerful for that 2v2. It's one of the reasons Zyra Khan is sought after. Jackie's going to jump in here. We'll get the reset as that explosive shot goes off. Looking for a little bit more damage. Has the buster shot as well, but doesn't quite do 300. Ismo waiting around the corner as Razork begins to step forward. He flashes for it, and I don't think he was expecting Isma to be waiting in the wings. He'll dash away, though. Jackie's surviving for now. Does have a flash of his own. Will use it across the wall. The collapse beginning to come in as Mickey can move from the bot lane first. Jun's going to try and stop him, though, and will do so with the staggering blows. Hooks Mickey, but not before the grand entrance. Does get the knock-up. Isma's going to die to Humanoid. Mickey falling low. He'll dash back. That Ignite's going to be enough. The honeydew! The honeydew! To the action, and then you see someone jumping in like that. I was also just
listening to someone rant
about Yone. Yeah, but I'm just trying to embody the general audience. As Humanoid does go in onto Lot here. Remember, no flash, no ghost for Lot. The needle work coming out. Exhaust on Humanoid's almost enough. Lot almost cuts down Humanoid, but in the end won't be able to survive the onslaught of Wrigley.
I mean, early game just going heavily in favor of Fnatic. Of course, I would say that this is something that doesn't surprise me.
Yep.
They're a team that has always been very good at finding early game advantages. Razork, I mean, still touted as one of, if not the best performing jungler from last split. Obviously, you can definitely debate that topic.
But that's what I do with Warwick, even though it should be Warwick.
Razork is ready to contest this.
That he is. He's going to come around the corner. Upset's on his way as well. Razork flashing in. The Drake secured. Isma flashes away. And the chase continues, though, with the quickness coming out. Isma, now with no flash, is down.
Looking to be first tower advantage to Fnatic. So I was questionable. I thought the play was questionable, sorry. Overcommitting onto Isma, but they made that tower and a potential misplay.
One of the small risks for Fnatic is that they are 2 dragons down and the third one up in a minute and a half. A big risk for Mickey, though, is with that buster shot following to continue the chase. Razork is looking for some pressure down towards this bottom side. A minute on the Drake. Some vision in here would help them out a lot. Upset's on his way up towards the top lane, and Lot is in a lot of bother. A spot of it, perhaps, as Upset chases him down. There's the route, and even through everything that Lot can do.
This tower, they should be able to gain a greater advantage. And notice, the only advantage...
To be able to secure this, doesn't really want to use the smite unless he has a second charge waiting, which he might, and he does, as he smites the Rift Herald. Hex flash into the hook. They dive onto Mickey immediately. He's stunned up. He's locked down, and GiantX get a quick kill, a pick kill on the Fnatic support, and because of that, Fnatic realize they can't really pressure around this Drake anymore, so GiantX will be on Infernal Soul points.
Just a good pick from GiantX, recognizing that Mickey was fishing for vision, trying to scout what options Fnatic could have when it comes to contesting this dragon, but he was not given any. Instead,
on the bot side, Jun, though, with Noah, been able to find a few of these picks. Isma coming around the corner, tries to get onto Humanoid, will be able to get the stun. He dashes back, but look at the damage running Humanoid, quickness across the wall. TP coming in, a 3-man impale from Razork. Humanoid falls first, but now with the equalizer burning through Isma and through Jun. That's 2 to Oscar, actually 2 to Upset. Oscar falling low, though, as Lot tries to dash forward, but he's interrupted by Mickey just in time to save his way across here, though. Oscar in and has that equalizer again. Mickey's going to jump in. True Shot Barrage coming out as well. The TP behind here by Jackie's. Humanoid's a long way away. The equalizer has been popped by 1000 on the Atakan. Looking to run out of patience. Humanoid now TPing up above them all as Noah dashes away. Jun getting burnt down. Jackie's already dead. And it's all gone wrong for GiantX. The smite landed by Razork as well. They'll pick up Voracious. Isma having to flash away. Noah needing to dash the wall, but the chase continues. Razork puts down the Rift Herald as they know this chase will continue. Fnatic find 3 again, and they're looking to crack through topside.
I mean, I feel like that is the final nail in the coffin for GiantX in this game 1. A convincing team fight once more, securing 3 kills, unlocking the top tier 2, the mid tier 1. The map is falling apart. And with this...
Poorly at times as well. Their positioning on certain plays has been questionable. But they do still have the rest of 3 to try and bounce back, and that's what they'll be thinking about. Do we change draft? Do we look for another team fighting composition going into the second game? Because right now, Fnatic have just taken a lane lead and absolutely blown GiantX out of the water.
They certainly have. Fnatic nice trades onto Jackies in a matchup that should be a lot worse earlier.
Upset just blast coned into a 1v3, and Jun is the one walking away. Noah's dashing away as well. Obviously, Humanoid and Razork were waiting around the corner. They could have come in. Mickey looking for Jun, and he takes him out. Used the quickness to do so. I mean, that's the Portal combat if I've ever seen it. Oscar winning, though, getting chased down by Jackies and Isma. That will be a good shutdown to Jackies. Put some more gold in his pockets, but it's too little too late, you have to feel, as Fnatic will take another tower off this push.
So, bit of a misplay from likely the last objective that Fnatic will need to close out this game. They're fishing for a pick, and they may have found one.
Jackies has to flash away, but there's the Impale again. And that Tristana is done for. Second time he's died this game, and Fnatic, they've done a really good job of finding these picks before fights, or finding these picks at the start of fights, allowing them just to set up around objectives. We saw it at the Arcana, now we'll see it around the Baron as well. Isma can look for the steal, but Mickey's hovering around the backside of the Baron to make sure that Isma can't quite get in as easily as he would like. Doesn't have the flash either. True Shot Barrage goes in, there's the Baron secured, and Fnatic will dive over the wall, and Isma immediately dies as well. 14 kills to 4, 12,500 gold, the lead for Fnatic. It is all done but them walking it through this base.
A clinical demolition in favor of Fnatic as they set their sights on the final towers defending the base. The inhibitors soon to fall.
Do you think when Oscar said that you're #1 to Noah, that Upset took it personally? He's just like, hey, I'm just not going to die. I'm going to have like a 3,000 gold lead by the end of the game in the isolated 1v1. Obviously, League a team game in bot lane. Yeah, there wasn't too much action there in the early game. Upset taking a bit of a chunk, the Locket coming out, as well as Mickey falling low. True Shot Barrage won't be enough to kill off the...
I'm impressed with what Duffman can do in such limited time.
Good on you, Duff. You've transported Fnatic from a team that wins the early game and then plays mid-games okay sometimes to a team that really wins the early game and then has played mid-game okay one time. Great job. I will say GiantX haven't left us much to wonder about as to whether they've improved a lot since winter. At least off this game, things haven't really seemed to change for them. They had a great start to the winter split, but then really fell off as the split went on. Oh, Upset's being caught, Featherstorm coming out, double impale, and he brings the roots back, those feathers just absolutely ripping through. It's a double already for Upset, and they're looking for more. Lot, Noah, and Jun forced back to the fountain. The Nexus towers will be forfeit, as will the Nexus. Fnatic off to a flying start here in spring.
I mean, a convincing Game 1 performance to start off their split. 28 minutes, pretty much on the dot. And the Ambessa going to come through from Oscar, one of his preferred picks from Winter as well. And also just a great skirmishing champion that's finding a lot of success in the current meta. I mean, I think both compositions are very different, advise against. And in your medical profession, I would imagine that you'd never or rarely see positive ones as Razork sets his sights.
Flash, stun, seismic shove back, and that's beautiful from Fnatic. Well played. That after that Q, or as the Q animation comes out, Jun could have flashed, Humanoid would be stunned, so he has to preemptively flash away. Otherwise, he was a goner. He's here to help Oscar in and make sure that he's not under too much pressure. They know this is the weak side of the map, but Mickey doesn't really need to keep him a little bit safer because he knows, well, there's only one gank path for anyone that wants to try and get towards me here. As Upset is able just to play through mid. Jackie's going in here. Paranoia coming out as well as they dive onto Mickey who flashes the wall. Isma there with a flash chase, and they will get the kill. Razork the one bailed out there by Mickey. As you go in, yeah. Because
you can't do Q ultimate.
So if you Q early enough and you have enough ability haste, can't you ultimate and then Q again at the end?
No.
Pretty sure you can.
No.
Pretty sure you can.
No.
Well, the Nocturne Genius says you can't, and I trust him more than I trust myself.
No, they do.
So all good so
Bit of
far.
swippy swappying. Jun, though, you can't swappy out of this one.
Good. Stunned again. Handshake will pull him back. Paranoia again from the Nocturnes. They dive onto that backline. There is a bailout available here. Isma needs to survive for long enough, and he does. In the end, he will fall, though, so it's a 2-for-1 exchange for Fnatic.
Bit of an overstay there from Jun, I feel. It seemed that he was very confident that they could turn that into a winning fight as Oscar gets brought underneath the tower, going to be forced to flash away. Lott's going to commit to the play.
Yeah, Lott's going to keep going in. Oscar has the public execution. Will dash forward again. Drake Handstep doing a lot of work here. Public execution flashed away by Lott. Lands the Q3, but goes out of that all-out form, so doesn't think he can trade any further.
Junglers.
Yeah, Razork's also on his way.
Okay, well, that was a bit disrespectful from Razork, interrupting a valiant top lane brawl.
Oh, Humanoid. Magnustorm going in. Jackie's able to catch him out with the Shadowing Strike as well from Jun. Flash forward from Jackie's knocks Humanoid back, and although I do the coffee into 20-minute now.
Oh.
Really solid. Emperor's Divide going to knock back here. Public Execution coming out as well. The flash forward from Isma. Look at the fear behind. Jun coming in from the side, and Oscar doesn't have any tools left in his toolkit to escape.
I mean, Isma's presence is definitely being felt in this second game. He's finding a lot of successful plays. He finds a good gank on the top side of the map. Fnatic desperately trying to cross map.
It's the first tower angle. And looking to try and take it early enough. Lott gets the flash out of Razork. Fnatic still collapsing here. 4 members strong. Lott's doing everything he can. Goes all out. Mickey takes the tower shot. Burst tower's going to fall in the top side. Secured by GiantX. Lott will go down. The bailout on Razork keeps him alive. But that was seen and gain control over this river. Paranoia up in about 15 seconds time or so. Jun goes in. Mickey flashes away from the Magnustorm, handshakes him back and pulls him back into the team. Hostile takeover, only landing onto a couple, but Noah's one of them, so he'll put a couple of Gatling guns into the back of Lott. Fnatic still on the back foot slightly. They will get mid lane. Prio, public execution in into the seismic Shava. Oscar in and finds his man and brings home the guillotine, and now Fnatic are on the chase. The Drake secured for them as well as Razork is going to take that. Lott has to flash the wall. The Weaver's wall out from Humanoid. He's going to be on the wrong side of dodge for a moment. Pulled back by Lott, almost to safety. A 1-for-1, the exchange. Oscar in and now between Isma, Noah, and a hard place that he can dash and dance his way back to safety. Fnatic will get their third Drake of the game and have actually got about 1,000 gold back out of that gold lead.
A scrappy team fight, largely dominated. And now again, he might be caught.
Jump over the wall, but the Weaver's wall is going to chase him. Has to flash into the Razor Peak pit. Dodges the seismic shove. Razork coming forward, though, with that stun. And in the end, Jun goes down. I agree with you, Ben.
To the Hex Gates.
Okay, so a couple of flank wards behind Fnatic here. Lott is catching the wave in the top side. Jun will be spotted as he comes out of this bush. Fnatic can start up the Drake. They have a control ward in there as well. And Jackie's is down to half HP. The poke from Fnatic is very solid. A grand start ball from Razork. Well, did grand something all there. He wasn't really able to find any engage. TP behind now from Lott. Humanoid catching the mid wave. Jun stepping in. Oscar in and putting him in his place and forcing him to use the crash down.
Bases are coming through. Jun, he doesn't have a TP available, but he wants to get some HP back, so he's going to go back to base.
I mean, he can sprint out from it. Does have those home guards, and there's also Hex Gates,
I guess
right?
they're relying on. Looks like he will be able to regroup fairly quickly as Fnatic secures the mid-tier 1.
Mickey's still flanking. Oh, a hostile takeover from here.
I mean, GX are just playing spectator right now.
Yeah, look at how Humanoid's pushing mid, right? Like, he's already taken one tower out of this. He can look for more. Fnatic are just delaying and delaying and delaying and saying, okay, we'll take as much of your objectives as we can. The Paranoia coming in from Isma. They dive onto the Pantheon. Magnustorm from Jun onto 2, though, into the double knockback. Humanoid flashing away. Hostile takeover is going to connect only onto Jun. But Fnatic are able to get away from the engage. That's Magnustorm, Emperor's Divide, Paranoia all used. Fnatic walk out relatively unscathed.
GX try to force the issue. They engage onto Razork. The spell shield doesn't quite come quickly out enough for Isma, meaning he gets CC'd up, and now Fnatic with the TPs, double TPs, back on the objective.
Jackie's doesn't even have TP, and he's just gone back to base. This is Hexol. Fnatic secure it, 25 minutes in. GiantX just a little too quick on the trigger.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Can we see GiantX's vision?
I can tell you, that area is dark.
Yup.
Oh, now they know.
Now they definitely know.
But they're going for Baron. The question is, do they know the Humanoid and, well, Razork's not there, but does have the Grand Starfall. So GiantX again, you can see Razuk has Grand Starfall towards the bot lane originally.
They're gonna get this.
They're looking forward. Paranoia coming out, looking for that smite. Secured by Isma. Weaver's Wall in by Fnatic. Locked on the wrong side of the wall. Will be killed off the Baron empowered recall. Enough from Isma to escape. So GiantX get out with the Baron. Fnatic have the Atakan. They have that false life. Mickey's going way too deep here. Okay, Mickey. That was not fine at all, my friend. A couple of 100 gold goes over to GiantX. They upped the gold from previously. Noah, I think he could have finished his recall there.
No, it got interrupted by the Soul.
Oh, by the Hextech Soul. Yep. Okay. Makes sense. Fnatic, though, will use the fact that they do have pressure in this lane to take another tier 2. The question is, for the next 2 minutes, 20 seconds, what can GiantX do with this Baron? For viewers who perhaps don't know the value of these souls, it's like, that's about a 5,000 gold lead because of the Hex Soul. You get the slows, you can see Mickey able to be really aggressive with it. Too aggressive, one might say, and I think one would probably be correct. The bailout coming out, Paranoia from Isma kills off Mickey, but Mickey did buy enough time for the rest of Fnatic to collapse, and that means Jackie's is dead, and a lot of the wave clear now from GiantX has fallen away.
That is a good death,
yeah,
I will say. I think that he did a good job of trading his life for enemy mid laners. A lot of the wave clear now gone. They converted into another tower. The ultimate from Razor.
The Weaver's Wall, Grand Starfall, Magnus Storm coming out as well. Upset was taking out the tower. Chain of Corruption going right down. Razor will fall back with the false life. Humanoid taking up a couple of tower shots himself as well. Jun could look for this. Doesn't have the flash. In the end, it's the sort of Elder game that I am very happy to see. Upset has the Edge of Night. The shield can, of course, be propped by the Corki missiles. Oscar TPing in. Fnatic get mid-control. Isma trying to farm up his jungle right now, or is he just waiting with the Paranoia? I'm trying to check if he's doing red. He is. That will be taken for GiantX. Isma's going to look for that flank position. Elder Drake up in 35 seconds' time. Where are we in terms of summoners? Everyone's got flash apart from Isma and Jun, who does have that Hex flash. An issue, public execution there from Oscar in, doesn't connect. That's one ultimate down. Seismic shove going out as well. Razok underneath the tower. Oscar trying to dive in. A great Emperor's Divide into the Magnus Storm, and though with the Paranoia, immediately everyone flashes away. Isma looking for 2 as Humanoids chase down Oscar in and already fallen as well. GiantX coming out on the right side of the trade. 3 for 2 so far in their advantage.
Yeah, I think Fnatic.
When they would have wanted it, but GiantX will get the Elder. Fnatic weathered the Baron Storm well. Can they weather the next fight against an Elder Dragon? So instead, they are hedging their bets and playing down towards this bottom side, trying to get something on the other side of the map. It's only Jun here to defend right now. Jackie's does have TP. And he is back towards the tower. As you say, Mickey's dead. And I believe you may be correct in your assertion, Betty. Isma will take the kill. 5-1 now on this Nocturne.
Fnatic, though, doing what they can on the bot side. Jackie's wisely providing wave clear, mitigating their options. Now, this is where you'll start to see GX's range really come to fruition. They've been poked out a lot by...
Sitting at 3.5 completed items. Jackie's has almost got his Rabadon's death cap complete on this Azir. The scaling very much has come out for GiantX. Paranoia used Handshake on Noah. Magnus Storm in. Upset has to flash away. Public execution from Oscar in, and he'll tick down, but won't quite fall. A hostile takeover hits on 3. Oscar in goes down into the bailout, though. Lot keeping Razok busy. Humanoid looking for the damage from the side, and Humanoid will get the shutdown. There's 2 more just waiting for him. Razok kills off Lot, and now Humanoid can chase further forward. The Weaver's Wall Shattering Strike from Chun will save his jungler, but Fnatic with the TP to the side with Humanoid coming in are able to turn the fight on its head.
What happened? GX was in such a good position with Baron. Even though the Elder had fallen off, they could just work their way towards securing the bot tower, the mid tower, but then they overforce, they dive underneath the tower. They give Fnatic an angle to outplay them, and they do just that. They're setting their sights on GX's Nexus as they secure their first inhibitor. There's only Isma alive for now.
He has the Paranoia up in 2 seconds time, but immediately he's jumped on, flashes away. will pop the paranoia. The wave's still there, though. He dives back in and immediately gets put into the GA. We'll get the fear onto Mickey, but the Nexus towers are going to fall, though. And GiantX from the brink of victory. They have clutched defeat. Fnatic knocking on the Nexus. Oscar in here to join the party. Lot, Jun, and Noah trying to defend, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to. Look at the healing on Razork through the Sundered Sky. Jackie's has to flash away. Fnatic all quite low, though. Forcing Noah back. A couple more autos on the Nexus will be enough. An upset has his eyes on the prize. A 2-0 for Fnatic as they start off spring in winning ways.
Game 2 got very messy very quickly, but a huge